Welcome back to Pirates Franchise. We are 49-85, not so good, 3-7 in our last 10, and it's September. September 1st today, so Season 1 is coming to an end. And unfortunately for us, it's not going to spell great things for the Pirates this season. It's not going to be a playoff team, but it is September, and I'm certainly considering calling up some of our younger guys. When you look at a guy like Henry Davis, he's starting to turn it on a little bit in AAA. I'm interested to see if he can come in and make an impact at the major league level, although I don't think it's going to be this season for us. I'm not going to be calling him up. I want to see him continue to develop a little bit in AAA, and the fact that he's hot right now, he's catching fire. Yes, you could say, okay, reward him, bring him up. I don't think he's ready just yet. However, that's not to say that I'm not going to bring up anybody, because when I look at AAA and I see Nick Gonzalez, he's been having a great season. Very good numbers, comparable to Henry Davis. He was out for a little bit, was injured. But also, I like his ratings a little bit more. I think he's a bit of a better player. And I think he could be a contributor right away. And for somebody that I anticipate to make a real strong push to start next season, I really want to see what he can do. O'Neal Cruz, too, I like. I think there's a chance we end up moving him to the outfield. Like, it'd be cool to see him stick at shortstop. But when we have Brian Hayes locking down third base, first base is a little bit weird. And then Gleyber Torres and Nick Gonzalez is like, I have three middle infielders that I think are going to be impact players in 2023. I can't have all of them. Or I can't have all of them play the middle infield. So something's got to give. And Gleyber's the worst defender for sure. No question about it. But is he really a first baseman? I don't think so. But I like him. He's got the big power this year, 24 home runs. Like to see that bounce back a bit. But it's like, what do we do? Like, O'Neal Cruz isn't hitting for great average. Anthony Alford has had some big moments for us. I didn't think he was going to be somebody that we would build around at all. But, I mean, he had a huge episode last week. And he's had a pretty good season. 249, 15 home runs, and 358 at-bats. Like, that's really not too bad. Yeah, he doesn't hit lefties so great, but he's got pretty good defense and speed, which is something that I think is going to be really important for a team to build around. I don't know that I'm looking to get rid of Anthony Alford or upgrade him. And then we made a move for Franmil Reyes. We made a lot of moves at the trade deadline, trading guys like Michael Chavis. Of course, watch that last episode for all those trades. But the long and short of it is we acquired Franmil Reyes, who was having a great season but wasn't really on a competitive team. And I think Franmil Reyes could end up being a really, really good player for us. So I wanted to move some guys to build around him. And then I also traded for Joshua Baez in the Cardinals organization. I traded for Christian Hernandez from the Cubs, a little interdivisional trading action. Traded for Gabriel Arias from the Guardians. We made some moves, and I think we did get better. And a lot of these guys are not off limits. I know what the future of our team is, and I think it's going to be bright. But the only guy I'm going to call up right now is going to be Nick Gonzalez. I want to see what he can do at the major league level. We're going to see his debut. Yoshitomo Satsugo is also going to come up. Cannon Smith and Jigba had a pretty good year at AA. We're going to move him up as well. Jared Oliva, I thought was really, really good, but he's just not good enough to call him up. His numbers are pretty bad, or attributes are pretty bad. His numbers were good. We didn't focus nearly as much on the minor league guys as I wanted to this season. It was just kind of like stuff kept coming up. I need to move Bubba Chandler to AA. That'll probably happen next season. I mean, I can do it now, but it's not going to really do anything. Same thing with Solometo. We will be doing something with the minor leaguers in this episode, I can guarantee you. But we're going to start off at the major league level, see the debut of Nick Gonzalez, and throw out Roansy Contreras, who's been roughed up a little bit. Not going to lie, he's been roughed up a little bit at the major league level so far, to the tune of a 6 ERA. Also, I guess we had to send Yoshitomo Satsugo down because we had too many at the major league level, so not much changes. You know, Michael Perez actually hasn't been that bad this year. 9 home runs, hitting .256. Like, he's definitely very bad, but he's having a career year at the plate. But Nick Gonzalez is going to play second base probably. We're going to move Gleyber to DH. It's kind of the only way to make this work. We don't really have a true first baseman. I know we have Vogelback, but he's not great, obviously. And Nick Gonzalez is going to hit in that 7 spot. So we are going to player lock Nick Gonzalez against Kevin Gausman, who's been very, very good for the Blue Jays this year. I think he's a 2.8 flat ERA. And this Blue Jays team has been very, very good offensively as well, led by Vlad Jr., which should be no surprise. Blue Jays certainly going to make a playoff push. They're way above 500, but you never know in that very competitive AL East. However, here in interleague play, we're going to see Nick Gonzalez make his major league debut in front of a home crowd at PNC Park. Has had a very good year at AAA. Of course, you can't see any of that, but his OPS has been sitting just below 800. He's had 12 home runs, 69 RBIs. Very, very nice. And of course, with Nick Gonzalez, you get a high average guy hitting 276 as well. He's going to put the ball in a play. He's going to get hits. He's a very fun offensive player. And this is a player we're absolutely going to look to build around. And he should be the future of this Pirates organization. Roansy Contreras, of course, taking the hill for us. Not a great first year up at the big leagues for him. Of course, has appeared before, but this is his first year of getting more than just a few innings. Hasn't been great. WHIP just under 1.7, ERA over 6, but keep in mind it's a small sample size, so that number's probably going to go down over time. He can have a bad first year. That's okay in 30 innings. I don't care. But having a big start today against a big Blue Jays lineup, I think is going to show us that he can be the future ace of this squad. So I'm looking for big things today from Roansy. Shut down the Jays, and I think we're going to be really happy, but 3 runs in the first and second inning. Not a great start. First major league at bat for Gonzalez. He's going to be a little bit patient, taking the first 3 pitches, 1 for a strike. And we'll take inside. Nick Gonzalez might take his first major league walk before his first major league hit. Here is the 3-1. See if they turn him loose here. And they did. Fastball just off the plate. Gonzalez gets a piece, fouls it off to make the count run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here is the payoff pitch from Gausman. Just getting a piece is Gonzalez. Great splitter from Gausman. Would have been ball 4. And Gonzalez, first major league swing put into play, goes deep to left field. Going back is a left fielder, and he's looking up. And the first hit of Nick Gonzalez's career is a home run off Kevin Gausman, sub-3 ERA pitcher. And Nick Gonzalez giving the Pirates fans something to look forward to. What a swing. Gausman challenged him, and the rookie says, "I got it easy." Home run Nick Gonzalez. That's what he showed you in college. That's what he showed you in the minors. And now, here at PNC Park in front of the Buccos, he's showing you some of that power here. What a moment. Runners on first and second for Gonzalez. Now in a tied game here in the bottom of the third. Big RBI spot. He'll take ball 1 low. Hayes and Torres on first and second respectively. It's a big RBI spot for Gonzalez. Could put the Pirates ahead. Ooh, ball 2 just off the inside part of the plate. And that's ball 3 low. Gausman very afraid to challenge Nick Gonzalez again. Here's the 3-0. Once again, we'll see if they give him the green light. And they do. Gonzalez just late, fouls that off, 3-1. But he got a pitch to hit. Fastball up in the zone a little bit. And another one down the middle. This one's going to be out to right field. Outfielder going back and will make that catch. Gonzalez just late on that. Otherwise, we could have been seeing another home run for him. That ball was hit pretty well, just not quite well enough, even to that shorter right field. First try in the field. Gonzalez going to have to go back and try to make a play on this one. We'll camp underneath it, though. And that is an out. Toronto up 6-4, though. Contreras probably won't be in this game much longer, approaching 75 pitches. And of Vlad Jr., they will shift heavily, but Contreras stays in the game with 2 outs, trying to finish with that earned run average at 6 for the year. I mean, seems fairly accurate. Ground ball to Gonzalez. He's going to throw on the run, maybe looking a little bit more difficult than it had to be, but we'll make that play. Bucks out of the inning, and we'll see Nick Gonzalez if all goes well. And we do at the bottom of the next inning. Alford already on first base, and he can really run. And he's going to take off. Gonzalez taking all the way, giving him the stolen base. And throw one-hopped. Alford got in there for his 8th stolen base of the year. But that was a very hittable fastball. Gausman still in the game. Put that one belt high. That one could have been obliterated. Gonzalez will do the job. Ground ball to the right side of the infield. Alford advances to third, and that's a productive out. That does exactly what we needed to do. Pirates now with a big lead. Alford once again going to be on for Gonzalez, and this could be another productive out, swinging on the first pitch, but will get the RBI, drives Alford home, and the Pirates get a 4-run lead. 11-7 here, but things have changed significantly. Slugfest in Pittsburgh. It's 13-12 Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 8th. Jimmy Garcia up against Nick Gonzalez. 2 outs here, maybe his final AB of the game, and a slider right down the middle. Gonzalez, good swing on it. Cannot put it into play, though. Not sure we're going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat. 29,000 here at PNC for the debut of Nick Gonzalez. And he's going to swing at a fastball down the middle, but it should be an easy fly out as once again the right fielder camps underneath that. I believe that is Teoscar Hernandez. That is the 3rd out. Pirates going to need a strong top of the 9th and then a rally in the bottom of the inning. We would not see it, though. Blue Jays going to get a win, but Nick Gonzalez had 3 RBIs, a home run. I would call that a very productive debut. Brian Reynolds homered, went 3 for 6 with 7 ribbies. He was a single shy of the cycle. Home run, triple, and a double. Offered to reach base twice, including a triple. Did score a couple times. And Nick Gonzalez only credited with 2 RBIs. That's just wrong. We saw 3 of them. 2 ground balls resulted in 2 RBIs, right? Alford scored twice, and then had the solo shot. How is that not 3 ribbies? The only way it wouldn't count is if it was a double play where a run scores, but that didn't happen. Toronto wins 16-12, probably the most runs we've scored all year, but so maybe the most runs we've given up, although you can never be sure with the Pirates. And down to Double-A, I believe for the first time, we're going to see Quinn Priester take on Xavier Curry. The Altoona Curve versus Akron here. We have high hopes for Quinn Priester. He's had a very good year, and we're going to see what he's capable of in real time for the first time. He's been quite good. 18 starts, does have a positive record. And in over 100 innings, he's allowed only 89 hits, only 35 earned runs, 5 home runs, while striking out 90. So, pretty good strikeout stuff, nothing crazy. ERA right at 3, whip under 1.3. He's been very solid overall. Obviously, probably not ready to go at the major league level, but is developing pretty nicely, and we should see him at some time within the next couple of years, I would guess. The lineup that you'll see is going to have Sammy Ciani, Matt Gorski, Bubba Chandler, who I'm starting at shortstop today, even though he's a starting pitcher. We're going to get him that 2-way eligibility. That's what he's expected to be in real life. And Lonnie White, you'll see in the outfield. Aaron Shackelford at first base. Michael Escato is going to DH today, despite being a pretty good fielder overall. Endy Rodriguez behind the plate, another prospect we're pretty excited about, although hasn't really done too much at the Double-A level because he hasn't played a ton at the Double-A level yet. So this is going to be a big test for him today. Dylan Busby and Alexander Mojica, with a few guys off the bench that you might end up seeing in a few years. This is really the first time we're going to see Bubba Chandler, so I'm excited to see what he can do. He's got an okay bat, but we're putting him right in that 3-hole, and we're saying, hey, show us what you got. We want to see some ABs today. However, the focus will be on Quinn Priester today. We talked about his numbers a little bit earlier, and we like what he can be. He's got a pretty good heater on him, curveball, change, and 2-seamer. Good 4-pitch mix, enough to be a starter at the next level. But the question is, will he going to show it off today? Will he show it off today? Curveball put into play. Mojica going after it. It's going to be a tough play for him, and that one's going to sail over the head of the first baseman into the dugout. And we're going to have a runner on second to start. Changeups have been fouled off by Aaron Bracco, but he's going to swing through that one. Good spot by Quinn Priester for the strikeout. Nolan Jones, another top prospect. Won't have to see him too much, though, at the major league level, playing, I believe, for the Cardinals, no? Or the Guardians, excuse me. The Guardians, not the Cardinals. Cardinals, of course, we would have to see him a lot. But this isn't Nolan Gorman, it's Nolan Jones, who I believe is a Guardians prospect. Here's a 3-2, though. Fouled off. Went up to 95. 3-2. Good spot on the curveball this time. Mojica going to make the play. Runner advances to third, but that is the second out of the inning. It honestly seems like he has the best command of this changeup. So he's going to bury that one in the dirt, but that's not usually too bad of an idea, especially if you're throwing that heater low. Might just walk him here. 3-1 now. Oh, and he chases to run the count full. 3-2. Priests are going to go to the changeup. That one hung, and that one's hit down the line. Busby can't make the play. Tried to dive and get it. Lonnie White going to play off the carom and throw that one into second base. But that is a big 2-out double as Priester gets a little bit unlucky that that play was not made. That's how that runner not only got on, but advanced to second base and then third on the wild pitch. Not really too bad of an inning despite allowing the first inning run. Line drive. Chandler will make the play at shortstop. Nice play, but Oscar Gonzalez got the better of Priester, ripped one down the line. Big time hit, and the Rubber Ducks on the board first, 1-0. Hopefully we see some big moments. These might be some prospects to look forward to. Not a lot of these guys are top guys, but you never know. And Sammy Ciani getting hot lately, hitting .381 over his last, I would say, significant range. And that's going to be a strike called off the outside corner. Okay. Bit of a gift at 2-0 there, and Ciani, as a result, ends up swinging at a pitch in a similar spot and will fly out. Kind of forced our hand there. Matt Gorski having a pretty good year, though, hitting .302. I believe that's the highest here at AA Altoona. The average going to go down a bit, swinging at a first pitch slider in a decent spot for out number 2. But here is Bubba Chandler, switch hitting pitcher / shortstop. We have high hopes for him. He'll be a two-way guy. He's going to be swinging at that first pitch. Fastball down the middle. Does he have the power? He does not. Fly out to center field for out number 3. Quick inning for the Rubber Ducks. We'll get back out with Quinn Priester. Need to have a more economical second inning after throwing 23 in the first. Command for Priester definitely could be a bit of an issue here. Having a bit of trouble finding the zone consistently. A lot of counts are running pretty deep. But again, that changeup, when it's on, it's on. We might double up here 2-2. See if we can't get a strikeout or weak contact. Ground ball at Busby. Ripped, but secured. Thrown on a Shackelford for the out. Lonnie White certainly struggling a bit down here. Only 167. Maybe it's because swings like that can't turn on 92. That's a problem. Second round pick last year. So we expect big things out of him. Need to see it here at AA Altoona. That's a strike. This is a wide zone here at AA. It's okay. Wish we'd get some of those on the mound. But White's going to swing through a fastball up and out of the zone. Probably would have been a strike since everything off the plate is. I also want to say this is Cole Tucker's brother, Carson. For some reason, that's something I think is true. I can confirm it. I mean, if they're not brothers, they're definitely good friends. Seeing a couple pictures of them together, yeah, I think that's definitely true. Oh, that's not going to drop. Chandler can't get to it. That's going to drop. Couple of 2-out hits here. Actually, a walk and then a 2-out hit. This one, yeah, not exactly ripped. Change up on the inside part of the plate. Nolan Jones fights it off and gets that right in between third and short. Not deep enough for the left fielder to make a play. I want to see this curveball start working a little bit more. You got to locate it, Quinn. Oh, good piece. Priester got to make a play. Pitcher fielding practice. Nice work. Andy Rodriguez grabs a hold of that fastball. Deep to right field at the track, and that catch is made just shy of it. Still looking for that first hit, I think. Maybe it will be Dylan Busby. Does have 12 home runs, as you can see, third on the team. 43 ribbies as well, but isn't really hitting particularly well. This AA lineup has certainly struggled. Hopefully we'll get more talent next season. But this is going to be hit deep to left. Big time power, a lot of air underneath it, and way too much air. Catching pretty much the same part of the park, just on the other side of the field. Oh, good pitch, Quinn. Heater right at the bottom of the zone. Yeah, it's a pitch that'll get you killed in Diamond Dynasty. In real life, that's a really good spot for the heater. Ciani can't make the play. Had a long way to go. Thought he was going to be able to make that. He's not a center fielder, that's for sure. Quinn Priester not getting a lot of help here at AA. I think that much is pretty obvious. But he's pitched pretty well, only allowed that one run. This one's hit really hard. Going to be a tough play for Ciani to make at the plate. He's going to throw all the way through. Doesn't have the arm, and that is really the first hard-hit ball against Quinn Priester, and it results in a run for Akron. That ball was smoked. I mean, you can't put the change up there, Quinn. That was located so horribly. Might be getting it out here, though. Wow, Shackelford lays out and makes a play. Jordan Shackelford. Not his name. Pretend. Aaron Shackelford, full extension, completely airborne, diving catch to end the inning. The only guy on the field that seems to want to make a play for Quinn Priester. Gorski looking for the first hit. It's going to go off Curry's leg. Curry trying to make a play. No throw. First hit of the ball game was ripped back up the middle. Curry got in the way. Little pitcher wall. But Matt Gorski, I believe, is our first base runner. Yes, that is our first hit in the bottom of the fourth. Bubba Chandler rips one to right. Could this one go all the way? Right fielder looking up, and it's gone. Just like that, no hits to a 2-run home run by Bubba Chandler. All it took was one. That's why we wanted to put Bubba Chandler in the lineup. Two-way future star, hopefully. Bubba Chandler shows off that power. 2-run blast. And not only are we right back in it, we are tied up at 2 here in the bottom of the fourth. Challenge, fastball. We know what Bubba Chandler can do, and now we're seeing it. Gripped it and ripped it. Snuck out just over the right field fence. Love it from Bubba Chandler. Ooh, that one's ripped as well. Lonnie White tearing into that one. Left fielder dives and can't make the play. White with good speed, but he's going to stay at second. Big time double. Only the second one on the year for Lonnie White. His third hit. But, you know, maybe with more playing time, he's going to start to show us what he can do. Really just tore the cover off the baseball with that swing. That one was really hit very, very hard. 108 off the bat. What an exit velo for Lonnie White. That's MLB stuff. Shackelford a little bit too excited for that one. Way too early on 94 down the pipe. I was going to say something else. We're going to hold off. Hanging breaking ball up in the zone. Escato needed to hit that one a little bit better. But Bubba Chandler puts us on the board. Big swing. And you don't need the volume of hits, right? As long as you get the quality. Extra base hits so far for the Altoona Curve has put us on top. At least on top of that inning. Obviously, it is a 2-2 game, but, you know, you'd like to think you don't need more hits than the other team, but if you get more extra base hits, you're probably going to end up winning. Not always, right? But I think more often than not, extra base hits are going to win you a ball game versus the team that gets, you know, single after single after single. Priester at 72 pitches. We're going to consider going to the pen here at some point. We will warm up Cam Aldred, who's actually pitched really well, at least against lefties. Nathan Kirby and Austin Roberts have also been pretty good. I wouldn't let the record fool you. Bubba Chandler going to his left side. Throw across the diamond. Nice play. Not all the way across the diamond. It's not a throw from third, right? But he's into the outfield by the time he ends up making this throw. But that's the cannon. That's the arm that Bubba Chandler gives you as a pitcher. I mean, he looks a lot like Quinn Priester on the mound. But that is an excellent play. After a very easy fifth, we're going to bring out Quinn Priester for the sixth. And hopefully the seventh, but I'm not sure about the seventh. He's got to get through this one first. Now, Quinn Priester's curveball, every time I try to throw it low in the zone, that thing carries up to the top of the zone. It's a really good spot for it, but San Quintin does not even offer at it. Here's the 1-2. Ball low. Try a changeup 2-2. Good spot. Give me strike 3 on the swing. I say he didn't go. Good heater. Chandler going to have to make a play on this one. Good arm. Close play, but he got him. Ooh, that one's going to dink in there. Late swing, but got rewarded down the left field line. Little dunk in for a double. Sammy Siani's going to take that. They all count the same. Not really a home run guy, but that is his 32nd double of the season. And yeah, doesn't have elite power, but maybe elite placement. We'll take that swing every time. This is a really good chance to go ahead in this game. Lead off double. Heart of the order up. We need Gorski. We need Bubba Chandler. We need those guys to have a pretty good swing on the baseball. give us a lead. Base hit by Gorski. Yes! That's going to drop in right field. Runner advances to third. We have runners on the corners. Nobody down for the curve. Slider stayed with it. Yeah, didn't blast it to right or anything. That maybe even dropped in the infield, but placed well. And that's a story of this inning so far. And that brings up Bubba Chandler. Has homered already in this game. Big spot for Chandler. He's got pretty good speed too, so this is not a guaranteed double play if this ball gets hit on the ground. 3-0. Chandler going to take a fastball down the middle. Good pitch to hit, but we'll take that. Chandler, same pitch he took earlier. Couldn't really turn on it, but this one should get the run in. It's a really good swing by Chandler, and this run should score easily. Altoona takes the lead 3-2. Great swing by Chandler. Does the job. Up the middle. That one going to sneak through. Not going to go first to third, but that's a nice piece of hitting there by Lonnie White. Back-to-back hits for him. As I said, I mean, maybe we just need more reps for Lonnie White, and he'll show us some great stuff. But Kirk McCarty going to come in now for the Akron Rubber Ducks. Has pitched extremely well, not allowing hits, definitely not allowing any runs. He has been superb in 25 1/3 so far this season. And lefty, do we leave Shackelford in? We're going to bring in Jacob Gonzalez. Saw Nick have a big hit in this episode. Jacob, I don't believe any relation. But his lefty's a little bit better. And he'll get a pitch down the middle. Can't connect clean enough. Easy fly out to center. It's up to Michael Escato to extend this lead. Not a great start. This will be the final inning for Priester, but he might not even make it that far. Need a quick inning. He's approaching 100 pitches. And Tana does have a hit streak going. 9 games, is 0 for 2 off Priester today. Has hit a couple balls hard. This one will not be. Fly out to Busby. 2 away. Probably the final batter for Quinn Priester. And that is a base hit back up the middle. And I think that's going to be the day done with the top of the order coming up. I mean, Carson Tucker really doesn't hit righties the way he hits lefties. I do want to go to a lefty to face those next 2 batters. We're going to leave in Priester. I know I said final batter. Show some grit, Quinn. Okay. Didn't realize he was stealing. Priester now at 100 pitches. It's okay. Just don't give him one. Ooh, strike 2. It's a big pitch for Quinn Priester. End it on a high note, Quinn. Ball 4. He's done. Cam Aldred couldn't come in. Has been pretty good. Excellent against lefties this year. And he's going to have a really good opportunity to put us in a great position. End this inning. That's got to be a strike. 1-2. Aldred working quickly. Setting up low. Fastball just off the inside corner. We go right back to it. 2-seamer. Got him looking. Umpire gifted one. But that is a great spot. And this umpire has been inconsistent all day off the corner. So we got to know the zone. Oh, rip back up the middle. Base hit, Endy Rodriguez. Only his second major league, or minor league hit, I should say. And that was 106 off the bat. That was also crushed. Is that going to get down? No, right fielder going to track it down. Base hit Ciani down to the third base line. Big 2-out hit. Do we test the arm? No. It's a double for Sammy Ciani, who once again places one in the corner. His second double of the game. This one looking pretty similar to his first. Just placing it down the third base line. That's all we need to do. Can't get the runner in first to third. But we set up Matt Gorski, who's 2 for 3. Arguably the best hitter on this team. Need a base hit. It could score 2. Got the pitch. Gorski grounds out the third. Inning over. That was the pitch. Oh, that's got to be strike 3. We're nibbling now. That's right there. Jones will pop up. Aldridge looked good. I mean, has mostly faced lefties or guys that hit left-handers worse than righties. But a nice play on the mound. We're out of the 8th inning, at least the top half of the 8th. And we're holding on to this 1-run lead. I'd love some insurance. Bubba Chandler could be just the guy to get it for us. Need a big hit, Bubba. Otherwise, we got to throw out a 58 overall closer to get the save. Bubba Chandler rips one the other way. I mean, you can just tell he's built different. I mean, Bubba Chandler, I think, could be a superstar for us. Not this season, not next season, but he has some big-time potential. Chandler taking off, hit and run. Gotta go first to third. Good speed. Here's the throw. And that one knocked down at third base, but Bubba Chandler goes first to third on the hit and run. We were taking off on the play. Flung the bat out there with Jacob Gonzalez. Good contact, good result. Moscato 0 for 3. Please. I have high hopes for you. Show us something. That one's turned the other way. Deep enough to right field. This should get the runner in. Chandler taking off for home. Here's the play at the plate up the line. Chandler scores. There's the insurance we needed. Bubba Chandler gets on, gets over with a little help. But, I mean, that's all Bubba Chandler in my opinion. And we didn't even need to go and test that arm in right in the last play. Base hit, Andy Rodriguez would have scored him. And now we have first and second, 2 out. And Thomas Ponticelli will come in. 5.3 ERA, allowing a pretty good average against both sides. But Busby is 0 for 3. Let's see, it's a battle of who is worse. Answer is Dylan Busby. Ground ball to third. I mean, that curveball comes in real slow. Couldn't sit back. But Austin Roberts will come in for the save. 32 on the year. He's better against lefties, but has a 2.27 ERA. That'll play. Hasn't walked too many batters, but the number is a little bit higher than you'd want. But this is a big moment. Has 2 fastballs and a slider, and we'll see what he can do. 2-run lead. I'd like to keep it that way. Oh, good pitch, Roberts. Slider got him swinging. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and an out. Immaculate inning underway, potentially. Strike 1 on the outside corner. And no immaculate inning, because that's only an out in 2 pitches. Jose Tena trying to keep a 9-game hit streak alive, but Roberts keeps painting. First pitch strike has been on the black every time. It's only the first ball that he's thrown. And it was pretty close. 1 and 2. Game-ending pitch. Elevated fastball got him swinging. Jose Tena tries to go up and get it. Never a chance. And a big win for the Altoona Curve, led by Bubba Chandler and Quinn Priester. The future of this team, the Blonde Bandits, the Blonde Bombers, showed us what they could do. Priester goes 6 2/3, allows 6 hits, only strikes out 2, but only 2 walks and 2 earned runs. 2's all over the place. Pretty good. And then Bubba Chandler gets player of the game. Goes 2 for 3, home run, 3 ribbies. Scored 2 runs as well. I mean, he was the heart of the team, I think. And we'll finish the episode here at AAA. Christian Hernandez has been moved up. And you can see a lot of familiar names. Tucapita Marcano, Cole Tucker, Henry Davis, Mason Martin, Gabriel Arias, who we just traded for, Christian Hernandez, who we just traded for, of course, Cal Mitchell, Jared Oliva, and Hoy Park. Max Kranick will be on the mound. Has pitched very, very well so far, and he's only 24 years old. It's developing somewhat nicely. This could be someone that we end up seeing at the major league level sooner rather than later. We will be player locked for Henry Davis. This is who we're focusing on, and this might end up being the final game of the year. 68 and 60 are both squads here. And it is the Giants AAA team against our AAA affiliate at Green Valley Stadium. The Indianapolis Indians against the Louisville Bats. Christian Roa will take the mound for the Bats. Has pitched very well, but in a very small sample size. Say very well, I mean, pretty good. And here is Henry Davis, AAA All-Star, and maybe the starting catcher for us next year. It's definitely possible. Not a good enough swing, though, on that first pitch. Couldn't turn on it. Henry Davis actually leads this squad in RBIs, by the way. 68 on the year. He was a little bit cool for a while, but he's really turned it on of late. So you love to see that, but count going to go to 1-2. Need Henry Davis to get a pitch to hit, and then maybe we can turn and burn. It's ball 2. Hanger, slider hit to right field. Got a pretty good piece on it, but couldn't find any grass. Down 3-4, unfortunately. But runner on first and second. Big spot for Davis. Got a changeup up in the zone, and all he could do is check. Davis rips that one. Yet again, it will be an easy flyout. Hitting the ball fairly hard, just can't really get rewarded to this point. Back up, top of the 7th. Once again, runners on first and second. Toy Park again, and Tucapita Marcano for Henry Davis. Big RBI spot to take the lead late in the game. This is where top prospects make statements. Davis can't do it. Foul ball. And ball 4. Davis will take first base, and the bases are loaded for Mason Martin. Kyle Zimmer has been a professional pitcher for a long time. We've seen him at the major league level with the Royals, I believe. And this is a big spot. He needs an out here if he wants to come up to the major leagues at any point. Mason Martin trying to come up big. That one is hit into left field and camped underneath. It is a left fielder for the 3rd out of the inning. Big chance, but we can't come up big enough. Game stays tied. You know, actually, the Louisville Bats are, of course, with the Cincinnati Reds. They just got Elliot Ramos somehow. Is that a trade I missed in real life? I don't think so. Davis rips when it's short. Go the short way for the out. We're going to be seeing some free baseball. Davis has hit the ball pretty hard, but just cannot get rewarded so far. And that is the game. Louisville comes out on top, 5-4. Colin Moran was your player of the game, former Pirate. But we just couldn't hit with Henry Davis today. That's kind of all there was to it. I think in the next episode, we're going to take on the Yankees as Gleyber Torres returns to Yankee Stadium. And we might be facing Garrett Cole, so that doesn't sound fun, but it's going to be how it is. We've gotten hot a little bit. Swept the Reds, which is very, very nice. And we're actually going to probably, I don't want to say probably finish the season with a better record than the Reds. That's too much. But we could finish with a better record than the Reds. Brian Reynolds up to 36 home runs, having a great year, hitting .287 for us. Key Brian Hayes really hasn't been what we've expected him to be so far. Just not really hitting nearly well enough, although he continues to get better. His contact versus left is exceptional. Is there any way to see his individual splits? Not that I could find, unfortunately. Of course, you have it in Diamond Dynasty, but not here. David Bednar's ERA is just too high for a closer, although Huascar Ynoa's pitched quite well this year, I would say. Gleyber Torres' average continues to go higher and higher and higher, and he has 33 home runs. I mean, this is a great year from Gleyber. This is how you bounce back. Just that power. Just coming on strong. 816 OPS. It's just a great year. O'Neal Cruz. I mean, it's not a bad, first true year. He's upgrading a lot, but he's not hitting particularly crazily. But a 685 OPS isn't terrible. Zach Thompson, I would say, has been fairly good. The Franimal is coming back down to earth a little bit in Pittsburgh, but he still had a great year. Nick Gonzalez at the MLB level so far is not hitting crazy well. 214, and of course we did see one of his 2 home runs. And Rowanzi continues to get shelled and get upgraded somehow. How is that possible? He's getting obliterated. Oh, 1.8 whip. I mean, yeah, that's pretty brutal. But that's what we're going to call it. Next episode will be the final episode of the year. I think we're going to see Gleyber Torres return to Yankee Stadium, who's been so great for us this year. And we'll probably call it a year. And then we'll start with the offseason. Spring training will be the next 2 episodes. And I'm super excited to see some of our draft picks. Some of these guys are basically MLB ready. Frank Reedy could start for us next season somewhere. Definitely could happen. Now, of course, these guys do actually have secondary positions, some of them. I forget, I wanted to say Frank Reedy might have had first base, not that I would play him there, but I think he might. But these guys will get their secondaries when they're actually, on the field. But some of these guys are somewhat ready to go. Carlos Salazar and Frank Reedy in particular. I mean, Carlos Salazar looks more like a DH right now, but the hit tool is ready to go. Like, he can smash. So it's going to be really fun to see him go. Frank Reedy's real good too. So I'm excited for these guys. I think they can make an impact at the MLB level sooner rather than later. But that'll be it for the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah. Promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn taking it back to the house. Defense a joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speed burst good.